to Golden Vital Voices. I'm thrilled to have you here with us today as we explore some solutions to making cooking more enjoyable and easier for everyone, especially our senior listeners. Today I'm joined by a special guest, Susan, who is dedicated to helping people rediscover the joys of cooking, no matter what their abilities. Susan's an advocate for easy to use cooking tools designed to make cooking simpler and easier. If you or a loved one are faced with some challenges in the kitchen, such as arthritis or mobility issues, maybe even just finding some simple tasks a little bit daunting, Susan's got some great recommendations for us. So let's give Susan a warm welcome. Hi, Susan.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Susan and I have known each other for many years, and I've relied on Susan and have many products that she's recommended to me that has definitely made my life easier for cooking. So I really appreciate Susan. And she's going to help us with some tools here. So Susan, take it away.
All right. Well, thank you very much for having me today. I'm very excited. The majority of my business is helping people in the kitchen, whether you're young or old, whether you have no clue how to make a meal or you're a sous chef. We have tools that will help with that. And today we're going to concentrate more on the tools that make it easier for your mobility. Maybe you have arthritis, maybe you have a hard time opening jars, maybe you just don't have the dexterity to cut small anymore. We have so many different tools that can help out with that. And I'm just going to show you a couple of them, and then feel free. I believe my contact information will be at the end. Feel free to contact me if you are interested in looking at a catalog or a website, or just checking out these tools in general to see if they would be something that you would need in your household. So I am going to start with one of my most favorite. Opening jars for me lately has been horrible. I found out I had tendonitis this summer and I could not open a jar to save my life, but this actually helped me. So what it is it's a jar opener, and if I don't know if you can see right here, it's got almost like spines. All you're going to do, and it goes from as small as a nail polish bottle all the way up to a Costco size jar of olives. And you just slide it over. And I didn't grab a jar, but you slide it over the jar, and all you do is twist, whether it's left or right. If you're a lefty or a righty, all of our tools, by the way, are left-handed and right-handed, because our founder, Doris Christopher, was a lefty. So she made sure that everybody could open jars and cans. So you just put it on the top of the jar and you pop, and it opens it right up because it grips with these little metal grippers. So this is probably one of the biggest items I sell at Christmas for stocking stuffers, for grandmothers, for people who are just having a hard time getting their jars open.
I want to mention too that these are Pampered Chef items, and we'll let you know how to find out more about these items.
So this is our can opener. I know a lot of people have their trusty can openers. The average dollar store or Target can opener usually lasts about a year. I've had this one for, I think, 15. And it is a little newer style than the original that was in our catalog like 40 years ago. But this can opener just goes right on top and spins around, and it actually cuts the edge so you don't have sharp edges. Also, the lid won't fall in because you never know where this lid has been. It will not fall into your food. You will not be straining your food with it because it will no longer fit on top of the can. So then we have this awesome can strainer that can either be used inverted or this way. So this can opener is amazing for both elderly, for their dexterity, but it's also great if kids want to open a can. They're not going to cut themselves on the edge. So this is a must-have in every kitchen. And when I do my shows, somebody always buys at least one of these. So this is an awesome stocking stuffer too. And it's great for just safety itself. Safety itself, very easy to clean, just wipe down, and we just keep it in the side, always easily accessible anytime we need to open a can. Do you want me to keep on going?
Yeah, that's what's next.
All right. So I love this tortilla warmer. And this is also great for kids, but also great instead of putting something on a plate with a paper towel over it. This is great for heating if you're eating frozen waffles or frozen pancakes, or even you just want to warm up some tortillas or even defrost a piece of bread. This is a machine washable and it goes right in your microwave. When we make fajitas, I usually do about 5 to 10 of them in here for about a minute and they stay hot. So while you're eating, if you go up for seconds, when you open this, the bag will still be hot. So this is a super simple way to heat without burning yourself.
And I find too that when some of these microwaves are up high, you start to pull something out and it can hit the edge and then fall out at you. Where that's definitely
Right in
easier.
If you want to put it on a plate, you can, but you just have to be careful if the plate gets hot too. So,
Right.
yeah. So next thing that I really love, because I was just struggling trying to open this when Barbara arrived, I have a really hard time ripping these things. Sometimes it says cut or tear. I definitely have to cut it. So these are our little chip clips, okay? But what's so cool about these is there's a little blade in there. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put, I gotta try to get this on the right spot here. Hold on. Hard to do when here we go.
Because you don't have the counter.
I don't have the counter, so I'm trying to do this. So you just put it here and just whoops, you slice it. I didn't do it right.
If it's on the
Try
counter,
it
it has
again.
a little more
Yeah.
stability.
Slice it across and it actually,
Wow.
I don't even know if you saw that on the camera because I think I had it too low.
That's
But
okay.
it slices it open and this way you can just go ahead and open the bag. Now, I also have a hard time with the
Where you
little
have
runner
to
thing,
pinch
yeah.
it.
So what's nice is you can just kind of fold this up and then clip it and
Yeah.
it stays, it kind of looks like a mess, but it stays nice that way. Also, we have these Twix-It clips, which do the same thing. So we have a large, which is great for, say, frozen foods. You can just clip it. Or if you have something smaller, like a bag of bread or something, you can clip it here. And then once again, even smaller, that you can use on bread or frozen vegetables or anything. But this is just a great way to keep things,
And that's nice because you're right. Sometimes you cut it open, then you're trying to pinch. And if you're having some issues with your fingers and maybe not feeling them or some arthritis, you're never quite getting it closed. And
Right.
then the next time you go to it, you
It's
realize,
stale.
oh, they're stale.
Yeah, they're
So
stale.
those are really great.
So-
But I love the cutter.
Yeah, the cutter's great. And if I'd like to
counter.
show it to you a little bit better, but if you just put it at the edge and slice it right across, that whole thing
And
looks
it looks
soft.
safe.
Yep, and it magnetizes to your refrigerator too.
Okay,
So
great.
you can always throw it on your refrigerator, have them handy. This right here is one of my favorite tools. It's
Me
called
too.
the Mix and Chop. So this one's great for grinding ground turkey, beef, even cutting the skins of tomatoes if you're making fresh tomato sauce, the skins of sausage if you're trying to crumble sausage. And it's just a really easy way to get things all incorporated. I use this a lot when I make my chili in the multi-cooker that's behind me. I just do everything right in the multi-cooker and squish it all down and let it sear in the multi-cooker before I put it on a pressure cook. But this is great for egg salad, tuna fish, anything that you want to just grind up real easily. It's not sharp, so you won't hurt yourself on it, but it will definitely grind up the foods that you are trying to get.
I do love this one because it's not sharp, but it is sharp enough where once I dump the tuna out, instead of taking a fork trying to chop it, it does go nice where you just twist it. It doesn't take a lot of effort, but then it's so easy to clean.
Yep.
And I love, this is one of my favorite tools that I have.
This is our biggest seller in the history of Pampered Chef.
No kidding.
Yes, it is. Actually, this was patented. I think it's still to this day the largest selling patented tool in the world.
Well, and I believe it because you know how if you take out a little chunk of hamburger, you put it into the pan and then you're using your hands to try to crumple it all up and then your hands are greasy or maybe your hands aren't working so well. This, you just put the whole thing right in the pan and then you just easily chop it up. So I really like it.
And just a little extra tip,
Yeah.
let whatever your sausage, your hamburger, let it create a little grease in the bottom of the pan.
Okay.
Because when you start to chop it, it won't stick.
Oh.
So once the grease gets on it, it won't stick on here when it's raw.
Okay,
So
great.
That's just another little tip for you. This right here is our slider burger press, which to me,
That's nice.
it saves you a little money on hamburger because hamburger's expensive. And if you're trying to make uniform sized hamburgers, this is the way to do it. So you can actually put your slab of turkey or ground beef and then you press it down. And then what you do is just poke it out. It also has this little bubble here, that little bubble for the slider portion of it. The bubble will create a divot in your beef so that when you cook it, it won't blow up. It'll cook flat. So
I do like the fact that on the bottom right here, there's the silicone.
Yep.
Where I can remember way back when having a little hamburger press and then
Yep.
trying to get it out.
from that other company.
And then it's a nice big one. And what's really works good too is if you're not eating hamburger or even meat, you can use it for your black bean burgers.
Absolutely. Tofu burgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's nice. This right here is a cup slicer, which is probably our second best-selling item, which came out 2 springs ago. And we sold like 40,000 of them in the first 2 weeks. It was an insane amount. So this is the cup slicer. And as you can see, it's got very sharp, very sharp blades. I don't know if you can see them. And all you're going to do is put your strawberry down, put your olives down, put your tomatoes down, anything. Cherry tomatoes, especially olives, cherries, things like that. Slam it down on top. And then you release with this. And all of your fruit or vegetable is right here in this cup.
That's
without
nice.
even having to chop. So
you don't even need a knife.
well, you may need a knife to maybe cut something larger, like this
Okay.
that doesn't fit in this width.
Like not a carrot.
Like a banana. You're gonna want to like slice a banana and then just slam down on that little slice of banana to make smaller slices.
Oh.
So it's great for fruit salads. It's great for portioning. It's 1 cup. So if you need 1 cup of strawberries, boom, it's filled.
Wow.
And it's great for, if you're dieting, counting calories, anything like that. This is
Easy to clean.
Dishwasher safe. Most of our, I'm going to say 80% of our items are dishwasher safe. I wouldn't put this in the dishwasher because water could get in the mechanism, but everything else I've shown you, other than this goes in the washing machine, are dishwasher safe. Anything delicate, I would put in the top rack just because of the heating elements. But
I do like this one. I think I need to add this to my repertoire because you're right. When you have the strawberries and the fruit and you're thinking, oh,
the kids, yeah,
they just go like this. It's in there. I love it.
Yep.
This is very cool.
Yep. So this is fairly new, not new, but I'm going to say like 2 years.
Okay.
But it's everybody orders it. Let's put it that way. They add it to their order because they just find so much easier than sitting there trying to chop. And it makes a beautiful salad because everything's uniform.
Yep. And if you're doing it for one, and again you're having some pains in your hand, this is nice. You can use 2 hands.
Yep.
And just
slim it down.
Love it.
Safe for children, safe for everybody. The last item I'm going to show you, and of course,
One of my favorites.
Yes, I can always reach into my bag of tricks. These are our micro cookers, okay? So we have the 1 quart, the 2 quart, and the 4 quart. The 4 quart also doubles as a rice cooker, okay? So they have these little lids that go on nicely. Yeah, I know, I'm trying to. So they slide on nicely. They have the vent in there. And that's also great for pouring the water out when you're done steaming broccoli or this I probably sell most for heating leftovers.
Yeah.
People that maybe cook for 1 or 2. They make a beef stew. They only want to, heat up a portion of it. They put it in here. So the 1 quart, the 2 quart, and the 4 quart come together as a set. And I believe only the 4 quart is now sold separately. And you'll see the 4 quart lid is a little different. And that's because it doubles as a rice cooker. So it's got a little different top to it. So I use these a lot. I use these an awful lot for, and dishwasher safe, which is great.
Yep.
It's nice because the lids stack together. So when you put them in your, let's see.
And then
They
it
stack together and they clip together so you're not going to lose the lids all over the place when you go to stack them.
Very easy. Another thing I love about this is once you put your ingredients in there, you lock the top. So if it goes into your microwave, when you're pulling it out, if you have a little, accident, it's not going to fall all over the place.
Yep.
I really like this.
And they're not hot to the touch when they come out of the microwave either.
So for seniors, or for if you're a caregiver for a senior and you're bringing them food, it's really nice because you can use the smaller one to just reheat it, and it does allow the steam to come out. You can put some soup in there, so you're eating healthy. You're able to continue to eat healthy without having to go and get a processed microwavable meal in the store. You can actually put some healthy foods in here, and then you can even store it in there. I do.
Absolutely, yeah. You can store these right in the refrigerator and then pull them out as you need them.
I got a set for myself because I knew right away when I first saw that I would really enjoy it.
Yep.
And then when my mother discovered it, she took my small one because she'll make soup for herself for the week, and she uses the Pampered Chef cooker blender, which is amazing. We'll definitely do this again so we can show you some more items, but it's great because she just puts the ingredients in the blender, she turns it on and walks away, and it heats it up and cooks the soup. Then she'll reheat it in this. And so I might need another set because she took it.
She took them. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm glad because although she doesn't really have trouble with her hands right now, she just cooks for one, and she's trying to eat healthier and do some things at home, because the joy of cooking comes back to you. You realize it doesn't have to be that difficult, and it's definitely healthier. You're not eating processed foods or eating foods with all the preservatives in there.
Sodium, a lot of sodium.
Yep.
And already made foods.
Yep. You could steam vegetables. People love to bring you vegetables from a garden because they have so many, and then you have an overabundance, and then this way you can just throw them in here and steam them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we were just talking about the electronics. I have the whole setup behind me here. I mean, I can go over each one, but that's our mixer, which is an incredible piece. I actually have never used a mixer in my life. I'm not a baker, but this here, I've made quite a few things in it. Meatloaf being one of them, because nobody likes to mush your meatloaf like that. So throwing it in there and just hitting the mix works nicely. That is our multi-cooker, which not only slow cooks and quick cooks, it also sous vide, it also sterilizes, it does lots of different things. And then we have our popcorn maker down here, super easy popcorn maker. We also have our Rock Crock series with the heater on the bottom, which you can either slow cook on or just use as a warmer for the holidays.
It's a great size.
It is. That's our Dutch oven size. Yeah, we're down to just the Dutch oven size right now because those Rock Crocks, we have been selling them for years and years and years, and we've come down to realizing that the Dutch oven is the most purchased one. So yep, so it can be used on the stovetop, in the oven, on the gas grill, and also on that base. And then on the way bottom, which you probably can't see under my microwave, is our blender, which I will grab. So I put it on the bottom because, and I just used it this morning, so it's probably not as lovely looking. But this is our blender, as I make.
Very easy to use.
I make a smoothie every morning. It also cooks. It makes jam. It makes peanut butter. It makes sauces. It grinds. It makes alternate milks. But I use it daily for smoothies because smoothies are my breakfast. And it's also self-cleans. So you put it on the self-cleaning. And I know Barbara has one.
I do. As a matter of fact, I do the smoothies, but one of my favorite things to do, my reason for purchasing it was soups. Yeah. So I do a tomato soup, I do an onion soup, there's a Mexican soup I use, and I make that in it, and it's great. And then once you pour it out and store it, just put some water in here, a teeny drop of soap, and then just turn it on, push the button to clean, and it just cleans itself. And then you do a good rinse. And so for those of you who aren't as strong as you used to be, there is a little bit of weight to it. But for those of you who are doing caregiving, this is amazing. You're not spending all your time in the kitchen. You easy recipes that they also give you with this. So this makes cooking and soups for the winter so amazing and easy and tasty. You can spice it up as much as you want. I really like that. That's one of my favorites also. I think I've said that a few times.
Yeah. And I do use mine every single morning for a smoothie, so.
Yep, and it makes peanut butter. And so if you're getting peanuts and you're getting organic almonds or things like that, you stick it in there. And then you can always experiment and then let people know some new things that you've made. You don't have to go exactly by the
Right.
ingredients, just explore it.
Right.
So Susan, how long have you been with Pampered Chef?
3 years. 20
So you
years.
love their products, and I do too.
I do. They're a great product. And I'm not the cook in the family. Brian is the cook in the family. So he gets the best use out of everything. But I obviously use some of them because I have to cook a little bit.
Yeah.
But he is, I should say, I cook. He's like a chef. So
Yeah.
he enjoys the products. He enjoys the cookware and the knives. And there are certain things that he tends to migrate to. Just makes life easier in the kitchen.
Absolutely. These are some great tools. And I know that we can tend to want to go to the dollar store to maybe get some of these easier tools. And for some things, that's okay. But they don't last. And what I found is when I had an issue, which I think was one time in all of the years that I've been using Pampered Chef, is I let Susan know what the issue was and she replaced it. I sent it back to her and she just sent me another one, and then I've never had an issue since. But that's really important. So you're not spending your money every year on new tools.
Yeah.
But
Like you can go to the dollar store and buy a dollar spatula
Yeah.
every year because it's going to break, or you can spend $16 on one of our spatulas that I've been using for,
yeah,
some of them. Our white scraper spatulas they came in my kit 23 years ago, and I'm still using them. And we do have warranties. We have a 1 year, a 2 year, a 3 year, a 5 year, and some of our cookware and our knives are lifetime.
Yeah.
Literally, a couple months ago, somebody called me with a 20-year-old pan that she wasn't happy with anymore. Gave her a brand new one after 20 years. So we do stand by our warranties. We've been in business for 44 years, so we're not going anywhere. But yes, the warranties do stand by. And I also want to talk a little bit, since we're talking about spatulas and stuff, there's a big to-do going on right now with the black plastic.
Okay.
With the chemicals in the black plastic. I can give you that information, but we are all free of any of the toxins that are, as of, I think it was, I want to say 2006, we had to get rid of all of those plastics. None of our items here, they're all BPA free. Now there's also this PFOA that has come out now, and ours have been tested. We do not have any of that chemical in any of our spatulas. So if you think you have a spatula from before 2006, you can absolutely let me know and I will have it looked at. But so far we're pretty clean in the toxin areas. So
fantastic.
Yep.
That is really good information. Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So how would people get in touch with you or even the company if they said, I really want that jar opener and I want to give it as gifts? What can we do?
You can contact me directly. Okay. You can either contact me at 860-371-4195, or you can go to my website for a complete look at everything, including sale items and outlet items. It's www.pamperedchef.biz, which is BIZ, / and then Susan Mazur, SUSAN MAZUR. That'll give you a complete look at all of our items in our catalog. And you can also place an order through there, or you can contact me directly. I will give you a link of an open fundraiser or an open show, because I do always have shows going on. Fundraisers especially, I love getting outside orders on people's fundraisers, because instead of free product as a host, we actually cut a check to your favorite organization for the fundraiser. I prefer to put them on a fundraiser.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's even new information for me. So
Yep.
Thanks, Susan.
Yes.
So thanks for joining us. We'll hopefully get Susan back again in the future to talk about some more items that make cooking easier, more enjoyable, and have some ideas. So thank you, Susan.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. So again, thanks for joining us at Golden Vital Voices.
Have a good day.